Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you a race today from Southern National Motorsports Park in Kenly, North Carolina. Southern National is a high-banked 3/8 mile asphalt track that has been the jumping off point for several drivers as they've moved on from racing local and regional races to running up in ARCA and moving on up into NASCAR. Today we're going to see 16 outstanding iRacing Fanatec street stock drivers compete for 40 laps on the high banks here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Let's walk through the starting grid. Starting in the 16th spot in car number 11 is Tyler Ridley. Tyler did not make the starting bell, so he'll start from the pits. Tyler racing out of California, currently in the top 150 of more than 16,000 competitors in the Fanatec Street Stock Series. Starting in 15th in the Gravedigger car 13, racing out of Brazil, it's Felipe Gouveia. He's a regular in the IndyCar Oval Series. In the 14th starting spot, coming to us from the Northwest region, sponsored by Senco, it's Ethan Zanstra. Starting 13th. In the Menards, car number 9, racing out of New York, a regular in the IMSA Sport Car Championship, welcome Stephen Fisher. Starting 12th. In car number 15, sponsored by Logitech, racing with us from South America, it's Esteban Soto. Starting 11th. Sponsored by Big Yellow Benz. He's a regular in the ARCA Menards series, racing with us from Canada. Welcome Jeff Laflamme. In the 10th starting spot, coming to us from Indiana, currently in the top 150 in the Fanatec Rookie Street Stock Series, sponsored by DIY Sims, it's Jeff Montgomery in car number 10. Starting 9th in car number 4, racing from Tasmania, regular in the Dirt Sprint Car Series, sponsored by Champion Spark Plugs, it's Cooper Wilson. Starting 8th, comes to us from California. He's a regular in the Ferrari GT3 Challenge. Welcome Cavell Bergstresser. Starting 7th in car number 5, the Thrustmaster Chevrolet from the Mid-South region, a regular in the Pro Light 2 Truck Series. Welcome Kevin Skaggs. Starting 6th in the Red Bull Chevrolet from New England, a regular in the NASCAR SK Modified Series, sponsored by Red Bull, Christopher Pelletier in car number 7. Starting 5th, he comes to us from Bismarck, North Dakota, a regular in the World of Outlaw Sprint Cup Series, sponsored by K&N Filters. Please welcome Devin Butts. In the 4th starting spot, racing with us from the Mid-South region, a regular in the World of Outlaw Late Models Series, car number 3, Kenneth Boucherie. In the 3rd starting spot, racing out of Florida in car number 6, Harold Gosley. Now, your top 2 starters on the front row outside, racing with us from the Virginias, a regular in the Spec Racer Ford Challenge, it's John Breeden. And on the pole, in car number 00, he will show up on your telemetry as the brown and orange car 1, but on the racetrack he will show as 00. That's Aaron Johnson in the A&W Chevrolet. Aaron coming to us from Bailey, Colorado. Let's join the action as the pace car leads them into turn number 3 down the back straightaway. Pace car will duck in. Johnson leads them to the flag. It's going to be Aaron Johnson taking an early lead in turn number 1 at Southern National Motorsports Park. Johnson leads them into turn number 3. They come through 3 into 4. Johnson starting to build just a little bit of lead on the 6 of Harold Gosley. Looks like there's some action here in the back, as the 3 of Ken Boucherie spun early. Boucherie's moved back now. He's dropped out of the top 5. Let's go back up front with Aaron Johnson. Johnson on lap number 2 of 40. Now beginning lap number 3, Johnson building a lead on the 6 of Gosley, followed by Breeden in the 2. Breeden looks to the inside of Gosley. Looks like John Breeden trying to make a move on Harold Gosley here and move into the 2nd spot. Gosley on the high side, Breeden on the low side. The lap 5 car on the inside gets out of the way to give these 2 plenty of room to race. Gosley giving Breeden a lot of room. Breeden staying down low. Looks like Gosley's going to try to hang on. They come out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Breeden looks underneath again. Breeden with a fender under. Gosley hard into turn number 3, out of turn 4. Gosley continues to hold on to 2nd spot as Harold Breeden works hard to get around the 6 of, John Breeden works hard to get around the 6 of Harold Gosley. John Breeden into turn number 3, out of 4, still side by side with Harold Gosley. Aaron Johnson continues to pull away. We're on lap number 6 of 40. Aaron Johnson with a big lead as the 2 and 6 race side by side at Southern National Motorsports Park. Looks like Breeden drives really hard into 3 this time, comes out of 3 onto the front straightaway, and still side by side with Harold Gosley. Let's check back in with that 3 car. The 3 of Ken Boucherie has been Mr. Excitement so far today. He gets sideways again, up into the wall, flips the car down the front straightaway, rolls hard into the infield. The Pontiac Firebird of Boucherie really taking a ride. Let's go back up front with Aaron Johnson. Comes down the back straightaway into turn 3. He's got a big lead on the 2 of John Breeden. Breeden and Harold Gosley still side by side. Breeden finally gets a little bit of a run out of turn 4, and it looks like he's going to take the position from Harold Gosley. Breeden and Gosley racing side by side allowed Aaron Johnson to get out to about a 2-second lead. The question is, can Breeden chase Johnson down? Breeden with a big lead now, pulling away from the 6 of Gosley. So Gosley definitely was holding Breeden up. We don't know if Breeden's going to have enough race car to chase down Aaron Johnson in the 00. We'll go back up front with Johnson. As Johnson crosses the start-finish line here to start lap number 11, Aaron Johnson with a big lead in that brown and orange A&W Root Beer Chevrolet. Johnson right up against the wall down the back straightaway, comes into turn 3, now through the center of 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway. Johnson rolling back into the throttle. Starting lap number 12, Johnson continues to lead by about 2.5 seconds. Let's get in the chase cam view here and see what it looks like to follow Aaron Johnson around the racetrack as he comes down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Johnson in between 1 and 2, comes out of 2. You can see the car rotate through the middle of the corner. Looks like it's just a touch loose. Johnson right up against the outside wall before bringing the car down into turn number 3. You can see again the car a little bit loose as he comes out of 4 now onto the front straightaway. This car is kind of hopping and dancing. Loose is fast, but as Robert Duvall's character said in Days of Thunder, you're on the edge of out of control. Johnson between 1 and 2 comes out onto the onto the front straightaway. The 9 car of Stephen Fisher is spun on the front straightaway. Johnson avoids that spinning 9 car. Johnson closing in on the 6 of, that's not the 6, that's the 16 of Ethan Zanstra, looking to put Zanstra a lap down. Johnson goes by the 16 of Zanstra. Lap 16 of 40 is in the books. Johnson has put Zanstra a lap down. That leaves 10 cars on the lead lap. Johnson comes out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. He's trying to chase down the 10 of David Montgomery to put Montgomery a lap down. Johnson having the lead shrink just a little bit. John Breeden has closed from 2.5 seconds back to 2.3 seconds back as Aaron Johnson works his way through lap traffic. Johnson underneath the 10 of Montgomery down the back straightaway, rolls the car into turn 3, comes out of 4 on the throttle. Johnson's going to pass that 10 car, put the 10 of David Montgomery a lap down. The 16 of Ethan Zanstra also gets to the inside of Montgomery. Zanstra racing Montgomery for position. That's going to move Zanstra into the top 10. Johnson out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. We are beginning the 20th lap. We're nearing the halfway point. Aaron Johnson continues to lead. The lead shrinking somewhat. John Breeden now only 2.1 seconds back. Johnson out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. It's halfway by this time. Aaron Johnson leads at the halfway point. Johnson rolls the car through 1 and 2 onto the back straightaway. That A&W Root Beer car setting a torrid pace as John Breeden has closed in on some lap traffic. We'll see if those lap cars slow Breeden down at all. We've just finished the 21st lap of 40. Aaron Johnson continues to lead. John Breeden in the 2 car, working on lap traffic, trying to get underneath the 10 of David Montgomery and the 16 of Ethan Zanstra. The 9 of Stephen Fisher has crashed again. Breeden now gets a wheel underneath the 10. Montgomery giving Breeden plenty of room. Breeden goes by on the inside, comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Also gets underneath the 16 of Ethan Zanstra. So John Breeden makes short work of the lap traffic. Breeden still in second, trying to chase down the flying 00 of Aaron Johnson. Behind Breeden, the 6 of Harold Gosley runs 3rd, followed by the 12 of Devin Butts in 4th. Butts in the Can-In Filter Chevrolet. Behind Butts, the 7 of Christopher Pelletier is on the high side. He's being passed by the 8 of Jeff Laflamme. That's for position. Laflamme moving up into 5th, Pelletier now in 6th. Behind Laflamme and Pelletier is the 4 of Cooper Wilson. Wilson in that champion Sparkplug Chevrolet running in the 7th spot. Behind Wilson is the 15 of Esteban Soto. Soto running 8th. Then the 16 of Bergstresser, who is 9th. The 14 of Bergstresser, who is 9th. And the first car 1 lap down, then followed by the 16 of Zanstra in the 10th spot. Those will be your top 10. Let's go back up front with Aaron Johnson. Johnson continues to mow down the traffic. He's lapped all but the top 8 cars. There are 8 cars left on the lead lap. Aaron Johnson continues to lead. Out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Johnson right up against the wall as he comes into turn 3 now. Turns the car through the center of the corner out onto the front straightaway. It's Aaron Johnson with a big lead. 12 to go this time by. Johnson closing in on the 5 of Kevin Skaggs. Skaggs currently 7 laps down after having some trouble early in the race. Johnson in the 00 Chevrolet, smooth through the corners out onto the straightaways. Aaron Johnson continues to lead at Southern National Motorsports Park. Looks like he's extended the lead over John Breeden just a bit. Breeden starting to use up some of that car. Johnson more than a straightaway ahead now with 10 laps to go this time by. Johnson closing on the 5 of Kevin Skaggs. It's Johnson, Breeden, Gosley, Butts, Laflamme. Those are your top 5. Aaron Johnson stretching the lead, a straightaway ahead of John Breeden at this time. Johnson out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. There are 9 laps to go. Aaron Johnson continues to lead as he closes ever so slightly on the 5 of Kevin Skaggs. Skaggs involved in an early incident in that Thrustmaster Chevrolet. Johnson past the start-finish line. 8 to go this time by Southern National Motorsport Park, a high-banked asphalt track with 9 degrees of banking on the straightaways. This is a fast speedway. It's very easy to be quick at Southern National Motorsports Park. It's very hard to be consistent. Johnson has closed to the back bumper of the 5 of Kevin Skaggs. Johnson looking to the inside, rolls right up against the outside wall, comes into turn number 3. Looks like Johnson may be content just to kind of let Skaggs go. Johnson with more than a 3-second lead over John Breeden. There are 6 laps left in the race. No need to take a risk working on lap traffic when we're so near the end. Aaron Johnson through 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway, follows the 5 car out. 5 to go this time by. Aaron Johnson with a 3.5-second lead over John Breeden. Harold Gosley in 3rd, Jeff Laflamme 4th, Devin Butts in 5th. Looks like Laflamme and Butts are racing hard side by side. The 4 of Cooper Wilson trying to get past the 7 of Pelletier as well. This a little bit of traffic between the 12, the 7, and the 3. Those cars running nose to tail. The 4 all over the back bumper of the 7. This is the most exciting action on the racetrack right now, as the 4 of Cooper Wilson is all over the 7 of Christopher Pelletier. There are 3 laps to go. Hard racing here further back in the pack, but up front, it's Aaron Johnson with a big lead, a straightaway lead that's been consistent throughout the race. Johnson 2 to go this time by, still running behind the 5 of Kevin Skaggs. It looks like Johnson is content not to take any chances trying to get underneath that 5 car and hold on to this victory. Johnson rolls the car through the corner, comes out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. He'll take the white flag this time by. It's Aaron Johnson with 1 to go, right behind the 5 of Kevin Skaggs. John Breeden runs 2nd, Harold Gosley 3rd. The 8 car of Laflamme is 4th, Devin Butts in 5th. Johnson comes out of turn number 4. He'll come past the flag stand this time to take the checkers. Aaron Johnson with the win. The 2 car of John Breeden comes home 2nd, with Harold Gosley in the 6th, winding up 3rd. Up front, it was Aaron Johnson with a big win here at Southern National Motorsport Park. Jeff Laflamme finished 4th. Devin Butts wound up in the 5th position with Christopher Pelletier in 6th. Cooper Wilson 7th. Esteban Soto 8th. Cavell Bergstresser 9th. And David Montgomery rounding out the top 10. Southern National Motorsport Park, always a good show here. High-banked asphalt action, something that's a lot of fun to watch through the iRacing platform. Aaron Johnson with a big win for the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing network. This is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.